Grand Rising, good morning, family. It is me, your Uncle 79, the Spiritual Savage, here to check in with you guys today. I'm just going for a walk, burning off some steam. What's cracking? So anyway, let me just get into this real quick. So I have decided today, okay, and it's very, listen, for those of y'all, well, don't nobody really know me, but based upon my content and what I share with you guys, it's what you see is what you get. I mean, we all have layers, we're all multifaceted, we all have different sides to us. And so one thing about me that I've kind of discussed before is that I have the debilitating condition of being a control freak. And not over people, but over situations. Specifically situations where I am in danger of losing something, or something's being taken from me, or I'm being forced into a situation or a corner where it's unfair or unjust. All right. So I've been in plenty of those situations. And generally speaking, I have been successful at being able to take control of a situation and maneuver my way out of it. Now, we're not talking about things that are of an illegal nature or, where I'm in the wrong. I'm talking about where things were unfair or unjust or imbalanced, and I was able to balance things out for myself. I've always been very good at that. And if anybody else out there understands that, we also understand what it's like for you or us to be in a situation where clearly things are wrong. Something's wrong. Something is unfair. Things are unjust. The odds are unfairly stacked up against us. And we do everything that we can. We talk about it. We fight against it. We pull together our resources, whatever we have available to us. And we still don't have control of the situation. Whoops. It's very irritating. Okay? 313 on the clock. It's very irritating. And sometimes it can even make you angry. Because a lot of us out there are tired. We're tired. We're tired of people abusing us. We're tired of people bullying us. We're tired of people kicking us around. We're tired of people taking their authority and using that as a way to whip us or beat us into submission. I'm tired of that shit. I am. But last night, because we're always being tested, and really it's a test of faith. You know how people will say, surrender your burdens, give it to the Most High, lay it at the foot of God, the feet of God. For a while, I didn't know how to do that. Not because I didn't want to, but because I just didn't know how. I didn't understand what that meant. And to be honest with you, there's still a struggle of how to release something or how to give something to someone that's not physically there. You know what I'm saying? How does one take all of their problems, these 3D problems that we have, and throw them all into a sack or a box or a bag and hand them over to someone that's not there. That seems kind of insane. That seems crazy. That seems like it's not gonna help. Especially when whatever you've been dealing with is persistent. Like it just is always there. And it's like, well, I've handed this over, I've handed that over. Why is this still there? You won't know because you haven't really given it over. You haven't truly surrendered it, is what I understand today. And it is hard. It is hard. It is hard. Y'all know how I am. I'm gonna keep it 100. It is hard AF to just surrender something that could, just like walk away from something that to the human eye tells you better hold on to that. You better do whatever you can do to hold on to things, or to fight against this person, or fight against this institution, to fight against these rules, these laws that don't seem to work for you. You've gotta fight against it. You've got to hold on so tight. And that's not the way to go about it. That's resistance. When you're being led to just let it be or let it go, and have faith that your higher power, God, source, is gonna work it out for you, that is the test. That's the test. And trust and believe, I am tested with that every single day. And so today I have to ask myself, am I being constantly tested on this? Are things just getting worse or seem to be getting worse because of my resistance to let it go and just let God handle it? And I'm going to tell you, yes, it is. Okay? I know I'm not the only one out there that is battling this or dealing with this. It just doesn't seem like I would be, because a lot of us are dealing with things that we need answers for. We want answers for. And I said, I'm switching it to want answers for, because we keep going on. I need. But God is already providing us what we need. The wants, they come later. What I need to do today is I need to just give it to the universe. Allow God to handle it for me. Now, that doesn't mean we sit back and we become lazy or we just don't function, because we still have to function here. Now, how do we go about functioning in those situations? I mean, you got to use your discernment. You got to understand what part are you going to play in it. But once you give something to God, you got to let God take care of it. And it is hard because a lot of us are dealing with things that are very important to us. Our livelihoods, where we live, our jobs, our financial situation. How are we going to eat? Is my health going to get better? Things like that. And there's this thought, there's this worry, there's this concern of, well, what if it doesn't work out? And that, my friend, my family member, is not faith. And I'm just being honest. That is what has been in the forefront of my mind, but that is the enemy giving me a way to see if God is really real. You feel me? Well, if it doesn't work out, then God must not be there. Then God isn't real. The enemy wants you to believe that there's only one surefire way that things are going to work out for you. And that ain't it. God can do anything. And I remind myself of that every single day that I am walking this earth, that I'm breathing, that I am alive, that God has performed miracles in my life. The one miracle for me that I always have to go back to is the fact that I am still alive. The second one, I'm sober. I don't use drugs anymore. The third one, I'm not surrounded by the enemy. I'm not surrounded by the enemy in the flesh, in those people that I was around. God removed them from me. God has blocked them out of my life, and that is a miracle. No matter what the situation is, you got a place to lay your head. You got you some food today. You got clothes to wear. You got YouTube to watch. You got a phone you can watch shit on to educate your mind, to stimulate your mind, to learn, to get some type of community, to understand that you're not alone is a miracle, because the enemy wants us to not think that all those are a blessing. And I am here today to tell you, this is not some bullshit. I'm not one of them people, y'all already know, but I'm gonna say it for the people in the back. I'm not one of those people that come on here looking for likes and clicks. I'm not looking for people to follow me as if I'm some type of prophet, or that I'm a preacher, or that I'm some spiritual guru. I'm a regular person just like you, that is going through the motions just like you. I'm not coming on here laying all my burdens down for the YouTube verse so that people can give me donations or jump to my aid. I'm not looking for that. I don't want that. I don't need that, because God is my number one subscriber, because I'm his number one subscriber. And God will see me through just like God will see you through, but you have to let it go. You just got to surrender it. You got to surrender it. You got to wave that white flag. You do. And it's hard. But I made this commitment to God that I have to do my part as I'm being led to, whatever that means. Once you surrender it, once you surrender things, then you will get a message. Something will happen. Things will come through. You'll know how to move forward. But if you are holding on to this idea that only you know how to do something right, or that only you can make these very difficult things in your life become very easy, I'm just telling you, I don't really feel like that works. That's resistance. So I'm surrendering today, because I'm tired of being stressed out about shit. I'm tired of being worried about, why are they doing this? When are they gonna stop? I'm tired of it. Because what you have to understand is that we can't change people. Can people change because of an example that we set or something that we say? Yes, but we can't forcefully make people see things our way. That's divine intervention when that occurs. God will step in and make people see things his way. And his way may benefit you. His way may be what you're looking for. But it's not our job to force people to see things our way. And that's always been something I've always found as a challenge. I've always been a person that says, no, I know, I'm trying to get you to see the way that is right. But everybody's not going to see what's right. And hell, the way I may feel about something may not be right for others. Everybody has their own idea what's right and what's wrong, what's just, what's unjust, what's fair and unfair, what's balanced and imbalanced. That's just the world. It's not about being right, it's about being righteous. And I say that a lot. And so it's a struggle. Nobody's perfect. We are all human. We all deal with things. We all have our moments of growth. I'm just telling you today that what's going to work for me, and I said what's going to work for me because it's already written. If you cannot deal with something, if you're having a hard time dealing with something, you have to give it to God. The same way I did with my drug usage, with my alcohol abuse. The same way that I didn't know how I was going to live another day. I didn't know I didn't know when it was going to happen. I gave it to God and I'm still here. I'm here and I'm happy. I'm not happy with everything, but I'm happy inside. I have joy. I'm righteous.
Why are you gone for so long?
And things that are not righteous, God will take care of that. So I'm giving it over to God today and every day following. Because stress will kill you. Stress will make you old. Stress will distract you from what it is that you should really be focused on. God wants us to focus on the promises that he's made to us. Not what the enemy tells you or wants you to worry about what God may or may not do for you. Because we got to understand, if God doesn't give us something, if God doesn't keep us in a place, if God doesn't keep us with a person, then God is rejecting that from our energy, from our spirit, from our environment, from our minds, from our hearts, because we don't need it. And God is not going to take you out of a situation and place you in a worse situation. And if he does, it's for a lesson. But if you're somebody that has changed your life, has turned your life around, and there are people in this world, places in this world, institutions in this world that don't want to accept that, they want to still keep you bound to who you used to be or to your past mistakes or their idea about who you are because of who you used to be, you got to just fuck them. That's their ignorance, and they will deal with that. I know, I'm tired. I'm tired of people wanting to take executive authority over who I am, my life, without really considering everything. And sometimes we can wake people up. Sometimes we can have people who are willing to listen to our struggles. Sometimes we can get people that are willing to help us fix things in our life. But we can't depend on people to do that because everybody got their own set of issues. God can use people. It's God's job to direct people in our lives. A lot of us have been used to the devil directing people into our lives and directing our life patterns and our life paths. And it's a very hard struggle because the devil is about control. The devil is about controlling you and your thoughts, your actions, and other people. But we're not people of the devil. We're people of God. You feel me? So yes, today I lay my burdens down to God so that I can have peace in my life. So that I can focus on something else. So that I can let go of this need to feel like I am the only person that can make things right in my life. I'm letting go of that resistance because it's blocking the things that are easily being sent to me from God. God wants me to let go so that I can open up my arms and receive what else he's sending me. 8:22 on the clock. That's what it truly comes down to. We got our hands so tightly wrapped around things, not wanting to let them go or not wanting to let the natural flow of things, the natural order of things, that our hands are so clenched and they're so tightly wound around things that we have to release. And once we release those things, our hands are free to receive. The resistance is no longer there. You feel me? I hope this helps somebody this morning. It damn sure helping me. It's helping the fuck out of me. Dead ass. Y'all don't even, I'm not going to give it any more power. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. I'll do what I got to do the way God wants me to do it when it's time. But man, it's been difficult. This is a very difficult thing for me to have to allow myself to just stop. Just stop. Be at peace with whatever it is. I've done a lot in my life, but in this particular part of my life, I'm fighting against things and people that I don't even want to be bothered with anymore. But they're just trying to make it hard for me at the point of separation. That's where I live, on this platform with my family and friends. They just want to dictate and control everything in my life so that I'm at a very low place. And every time I turn around, it seems like I'm digging myself out of a very negative, toxic pool of energy that I'm participating in, and I'm not going to participate in it. People are going to do what they want to do. Places are going to do what they want to do. And whether or not we feel like it's right or wrong, and it could very well be wrong, I'm just going to let God handle that. You feel me? Because we got other things to do. We do. We got other things to do. And as long as you are working for God, as long as you are working with God, and if God is for you, who can come against you? Nobody. And they're going to learn that just like we have to learn that as well. I'm your Uncle 79, the Spiritual Savage. Remember, you grow, I grow, I grow, you grow, we grow together. It's always love and light around this bitch. As always, take it easy. I love you. I do. To the moon and back. Deuces.